Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using the Hope and Kindness collection from Close to My Heart. I kind of have been struggling with 2-page layouts lately. You might have noticed I've kind of been doing a lot of 1-page layouts, but knew that you guys like when I do 2-page, and I wanted to use this collection again before, it sells out. And so what I decided to do is I had these kind of fishing sunset photos. And so I picked out the kind of pink and yellow papers from the collection to use. There's a lot of greens, kind of craft paper, some navy, but I guess I don't have a lot of photos for 2-page layouts right now that I want to use or want to scrapbook, I guess. But I did need to scrapbook these ones. And so that's why I am kind of using the collection, and it's not really in a different way, but kind of just showing how versatile the color scheme for this collection can be. So I trimmed off both the papers, and then I cut the yellow piece not equally down the middle by any means, and then I have kind of, I'll call it mauve, I don't know exactly what color it is, on each end of it, so it kind of looks like it goes all the way across. There are actually cut apart papers in this collection. That is not the norm for Close to My Heart, but I am all there for it. I love that. This is also a die cut sheet for the collection. It's out of craft paper and it is amazing. It's a 12 by 12 piece. It's a little more expensive than normal, but normally they are only the 6 by 12. So that's why it is a little bit more expensive. I actually bought 2 of them because I feel like they are so versatile, and I can use that with anything. I did actually use it with another layout coming up. I just have to do the voiceover for it, and just love that it's kind of in that craft paper with some white in it, and it's really versatile. So the 2 flags on the left came off of a cut apart sheet. I am kind of struggling. I knew that there was a third one from the die cut sheet, but it was so much shorter than the ones that I had cut, and so I'm just going to set that aside for the time being, at least. Just back all of my papers in white. I had that doily to the right already cut out from a previous layout. It is on craft paper that has pink or white polka dots, and that is from a mix-in sheet quite a while back, I believe. So these zip strips are amazing. I love the stripes, and I kind of just wanted to close off the layout, and so I add them to the bottom. I do, though, have 2 of the paper packs, and so you will see I end up doing the same thing to the top. Unfortunately, if you only have 1 of the paper packs, you'll only have 2 of these zip strips. I end up with 4. So on the right hand side, I do pop up that picture on some foam tape, kind of give it the layout a little bit of dimension. I do go in my stash a little bit. I knew I had that craft that said hello, and I have all of these little word phrases, I guess, from Paige Evans, and there was one that said sunshine, and it was the perfect color, and so I knew that I was going to use that. So one of the cut apart sheets, they're 4 by 6 cut aparts, but they had kind of a really fun, almost like rainbowish paper, and so I decided to use that, and that's that bottom one I just glued down there. And I decided to stick again with the pink and the yellow. You could see that I kind of cut into the middle of the card, so that I could use that color, but that's kind of just the color scheme I wanted to go with. There's a little bit of teal in it, and there will be a little bit of teal in it, but for the most part, I stuck with the kind of pink and yellow color scheme. So I line up that sunshine on top of that kind of stack of flags there, and then I'm going to glue down the hello. So these have, on the bottom half, have white polka dots, which I think are just adorable. So that's going to be my title there, and then I get to go and embellish. So the doily thin cut is new this month as well, and I have been using it like crazy. I think it makes an amazing embellishment, a base for an embellishment cluster. I am really loving them. They come in 2 different sizes, which is really nice. So if you are looking for a doily or looking for an easy embellishment, I highly recommend these thin cuts. So here is part of another one of the cut apart sheets. They have these little phrases, and so I am going to actually use 2 of them, I believe. I am going to use the smile one. That's kind of what I was trying to get to first, and then I do come back and use one of the other ones as well. So for that bottom right, I wanted to use that smile, but didn't know kind of what else to use with it, so I decided to make that into a flag and then place that there. I do, because the pictures popped up on foam tape, a lot of times I will tape the one side that's going to be on the photo and then pop the other side of it that is off the photo up on foam tape so it lies flat and kind of even. I had that blue and flag. I am not honestly sure where. Maybe on the sticker sheet. So I use that and then cut another one of the zip strips down. I like to, a lot of times when I do flags like that and stack them, I like to have different widths. On the left hand side, I don't really have, there's not much variation, but I did want to kind of fill in that whole space, and so that's why they're kind of large. So I use another one of those cut apart for the wild and free at the top to make a cluster. You can see I'm going to cut another doily with the harbor color. I am kind of funny with this collection. So I did get the cardstock for this collection as well, but it is kind of textured, and for some reason I don't want to like dig into it. I have gone into my stash to find a solid piece of harbor color to use for these doilies, because I don't know why, I just do not want to kind of dig into the textured looking cardstock. Silly, I know, but that's what it is. So I'm going to use the one as a base for the cluster at the top left. I use that wild and free, and then I did cut the other one in half and thought I was going to use both halves, but you will see that I do not end up using both. So there were some little hearts on the sticker sheet and in the craft paper die cut sheet, and so I end up using those to kind of finish off a couple of the clusters. You can see that I added a couple to the smile cluster and then one to the top at that wild and free. I did use a couple of things out of my stash. That Love This is one of them. That came from a Felicity Jane collection. I just had a couple of those little circles left and just thought it was perfect for that kind of circle with the heart cut out. Then I have this frame sheet from Pink Fresh Studio, and there were some circle frames. I end up using the craft paper kind of scalloped circle from the die cut sheet, and then layer on top that circle frame from Pink Fresh Studio. And then there was this perfect yellow square that says, I think, slow down, and so I added that to that frame on the bottom left with a heart to finish that one off. I decided the bottom doily was just too much. I didn't really like the way that looked, so I took that off, and I decided I needed a little bit more with that title there, and so I went back to the die cut sheet, and there are like these little asterisks that were different sizes, and I thought those would make kind of a nice cluster of 3 to the left of the hello. But in doing so, I wanted to include some more in a couple of the other clusters. So you can see that I had a heart on the right hand page up the top, but took that off and added an asterisk there. Added another one to the bottom right, kind of underneath the photo and the smile there a little bit. I will switch a couple of the asterisks, I think. I wanted the bigger one to the left, and put the smaller one on the right hand side. But I think that is going to finish off this layout. I will have links down below for this collection as well as the doily thin cuts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.